Well, Mike, I got one follow-up question because we got to do a shout out, and you know him personally. And I don't. I've talked to him. Is Dr. Fergie? I want you to tell what he did for us. How it's the prime example of what just a little bit of support and the difference is past election of 5 to 10% better results in rural counties throughout Virginia. And I'll
Well,
turn it over and listen because
in there on that, because if it hadn't been for Dr. Reid, I would not have been on the ballot. Okay. No one recruited me. He called me, asked me if I knew of anyone that would be willing to run. And I couldn't, I ran through some ideas of people, called some people, and finally I said, well, I can't find anybody. So it looks like it's going to be me. And so, from that point forward, he walked me through the process of how to get my name on the ballot. No one else did that because
Mhm.
no one else has that skill set here locally. And that's a shame that no one here locally has it. And it has to be someone who is from Richmond, who was born in Richmond, whose father is a civil rights icon in Richmond, but now lives in California. It's a shame that that's the resource that it took to get me on the ballot, and here I am in living in Bristol. So it's ridiculous. And
Mhm.
so yeah, to say that his support has been fundamental in having me on the ballot, but in addition to that, mentoring me through the process, told me you're going to start getting phone calls. There's grifters coming. Sure enough, 2 weeks later, I get a phone call. Somebody wanted to be my campaign manager and said, well, you don't have money now, but the money will come. So, people just wanting to grift off of my campaign. Of course, I didn't know all this was going to happen. I've never run for office before. So you really, when you do run for office, you get a look behind the curtain and I realized 2 weeks into it, I said, I see. I thought the Republicans were our only problem, but no, we've got problems within the Democratic Party. And I think that this is where we start. We start at the local level. We get solid foundations in the local committees and with the rural caucus chair, and we build on that. So then the next person that wants to run, they're not like me. They're going to have a resource that they're not going to have to depend on somebody that lives in California because they're going to have local people that are going to be able to support them and have boots on the ground to canvass, to do postcards. We'll have that support in place. So it's sending the elevator down to the next person.
Mhm.
But absolutely, if it hadn't been for Dr. Reid, I would not have been. There's, I don't know, 10 to 14 more candidates like myself.
Mhm.
There's probably more than that, that he did the same thing in different levels of support he provided. Some he recruited directly himself,
Mhm.
and then others he supported with the knowledge that he has of Virginia politics. So I'll
Mike,
let you answer.
hey, Mike.
I have
Hey,
been
Mike,
there.
I want you to hit up some of the numbers when we talk about Dr. Fergie and the support, Dr. Reid and the support, and not only tell us the numbers, tell us about the increased and better results we got from support and from Dr. Reid.
Absolutely. Well, in Southwest, like we push the needle 12.5 and 13% to the left consistently, in Bristol, in Russell, in Washington, right? Across the rest, you can see it wasn't quite as strong, but we made a huge impact right here. This is a great first step. And we absolutely never would have gotten there without Fergie. The guy is always available. He is always knowledgeable. He always has the right referral. He always has the confirmation of the information that you need. And it's just, he's a phenomenal resource.